Hello everyone, and welcome back to a new episode of Dungeon Crawl Stone Soup. We're playing this Ghoul Air Elementalist, Earth Elementalist of Ashanzari for the Crawl 0.18 release tournament. And we just got partway through vaults and decided to leave. And decided to go into depths. Level 20 is uncomfortable, but should be manageable, I think. Ooh. Which one is it? This one? No, that's Abyss. That's Hell. That's the Whiz Lab. Okay. Well, we may need to be a little bit more cautious than to just go barreling after that. But it's a little bit sketchy to just like dive into depths and immediately go running after, like just dashing through it all. We could run into some scary stuff, but I'm gonna go for it. Whiz Labs are amazing, or they're fun anyway. And with Ash, we've been able to avoid many monsters even seeing us, really. This guy did, which I don't like that much. We could Iron Shot him, but it makes a bit of noise. Yeah, that woke up the dragon, but the dragon's not a big deal, right? We can just have a dragon. And Fire Dragon Hide, we could make that into armor if we wanted to. And now, we don't have to rush straight for the portal just because we know where it is. Ooh, but look at all this green crystal. We could blow it up real good. I don't know, I think I will just rush for this stuff. Ooh, ow, that hurts. Yeah, let's like blow this up. That's gonna make a heck of a ruckus, but it'll do a lot of damage. Let's just blow it up again. Killed the Ogre Mage, badly damaged all these guys. Let's finish them off. Oh, we found a nice Dragon Hide as well. How nice. All right, and in we go. Yes. Drop, since we are totally full here. These, this. I don't really see myself wanting that right now. Certainly don't want this. Don't need this in an emergency. Okay. Let's eat up before we go in. All right. And we can rest for MP as well, I suppose. Great. The Hellbinder. Not my favorite. But small packs of demons shouldn't be too big a problem, I wouldn't think. This Rust Devil. Ugh, I don't like Rust. I know that like the Hellbinder is going to be on the south, right? I mean, the south end. You know, he's like a summoner who, like, allegedly, a wizard who created this place, supposedly. And he summons a bunch of demons, and I don't know. He's not a very impressive monster. Yeah, we just like those spells. Well, Iron Shot is so good. Tormentor. See, like, these can terrify me on other characters, but as a ghoul, no big deal. A black wall. What, like, is that a rock wall or what? It's, great that it's black for theming, but, like, I would like to know, please, what kind of wall it is. Hellion, also quite a frightening character. one that I would love to Iron Shot down. But right now, we don't really have line of sight to him. And they call down Damnation. Is that the one that needs line of sight, or what? Is it no direct line of fire required? So they can shoot through enemies with this Hellfire thing. That's kind of nice, actually. It used to be called Hellfire and Hellfire Burst, and it was never clear which one needed line of fire and which one didn't. But this makes it pretty clear. The call down Damnation, right? Like, it's not being fired from them, but rather coming from above. And so the obstacles in line of sight are not a problem. So I like that change. Makes it much more clear what is the deal. Let's use a sack of spiders, though. And I could tell everyone to attack the Hellion, but I don't want to make that much noise. Let's do that. Yeah, so this is out of range, but you can hit exclamation point to fire, saying, yes, I know it's out of range. I want to fire in this direction anyway. Because like if we shoot here at the Hellion, it would hit the orange demon first, which I don't want. I want it to only hit the Hellion. So I'm going to do this, fire out of range, and hit yes, go ahead and do it out of range. And there we go. Killed him in like one shot. No big deal. But having the spiders is the word I was looking for. Having the spiders keep him busy for a while helps a lot. Let's see what's going on in this area first. All right, nothing. Great. Balrog, not a huge concern, I don't think. Demon Whip of Flaming. We could rebrand that, perhaps, since we already have Whip experience. Alright, a bunch of gold, Scroll of Summoning. Bunch of gold, Scroll of Summoning. Deja Vu. Our HP is getting quite respectable, just in case you guys have not been paying attention. It's pretty good. Ooh! A Reaper and a Rust Devil. Alright. Well, the Rust Devil is coming for us, and the Reaper isn't, which is exactly the way I like things. One-handle Reapers, one at a time. They're like pretty serious in terms of the amount of damage they do, and so mostly the amount of damage they do. They're fairly sturdy. Like of all the 2 threats, for a lot of characters, Reapers are the scariest. That is the 2-tier demons. Not all characters, but for many. And since they're just like sort of melee meat bags, it's easy to forget that they're scary. Compared to like say a Tormentor, which does a ton of damage all at once, right? But they do a lot of damage, and you got to be careful with them. All right, so we're basically done with this place. By the way, I understand that this Wizlab looks particularly good in tiles. Because they draw like, I mean, you can see it here, like they draw like a pentagram here, I believe, is what this shape ends up being, or they have like randomly determined weird sigils drawn all over the place in like the floor tile colors. But in tiles, it looks even better than colors. They're like actually drawn together somehow or something. I don't know. Okay, so there's a Hellbinder here. Yeah, no surprise, right? I would be perfectly happy using like using some buffs on him, but let's just double check what spells he can cast, right? Hurl Damnation, that's the one that does need line of fire. Yeah. And Summon Minor Demon, Summon Demon, like he can't do anything. The only thing he has is Hellfire, actually. I'm sorry, Damnation. So let's just hit him in the face a bunch with iron shots. Alright, well, we ran out of MP, and he's not dead yet, so this may not have been the best course of action. But his summons are all laughable, which is weird, considering, like, that there's a bunch of powerful summons on this floor. Not summons, but demons. Oh, let's just use the Fire Floods on him. That ought to help, like, with keeping him quiet, right? Yeah. I'll grab the Demon Blade. I might want one someday. You never know. I want that. I want this. I want this. I want this. I want this. Sure. It's basically just a ring of protection from fire, so I don't need the negative resistance as a ghoul. I mean, maybe I could fit that in somehow. No thanks. Let's just drop this artifact ring. It's Catalog of the Entourage. We're not really doing summoning. I don't plan to change that, so I'll just leave it here. Book of Clouds. Now that's a fun one. Freezing Cloud is pretty strong. We'd have to invest in some ice, but we already have Conjurations and Air pretty high, so we could add that to our arsenal with together with our Iron Shot. That's probably a little too optimistic, but you know, what's the harm, right? In taking it with us. The Papyrus of Slavery is the one we don't need. I'll take the Majin Bow with us. Again, doesn't seem that likely that we'll want it, but it's sort of nice to have. It's only going to generate once, you know? So let's drop all these things, and this. I'm not going to need this Wand of Flame anymore. Book of Clouds I don't want now. How about all this other stuff? How are we for Scrolls of Remove Curse? Should I be swapping yet? Where is... Oh, it's on... No. Yeah, it's on the ground. All right. Let's pick up then M. Yeah, and I can swap my Buckler. Right? Like, that's fine. Spend 2 Scrolls of Remove Curse on it to pick up Cold Resistance and Corrosion Resistance. Yeah, let's just do that. Any other swaps I want to do at this time? I could swap that Cloak. But I don't need the +in right now, and I don't want to spend the Enchant Armor Scrolls to get it up to +2, so it's just like not a good switch. Yeah, so let's just read Remove Curse on the Buckler. Z. Drop Z, wear V. Yes. Curse V. Great. Good improvement. I guess that's all. That's interesting. Let's just... I was going to scry in with Ash, but I'll just blow it up. It's going to take a couple tries, perhaps, but we'll get in there. Yeah. Double thick walls, huh? There we are. A new rod. A +11 quarterstaff, huh? It's pretty good. Drain is not the best, but it's not terrible. The stats on it, also not the best. Base damage on a whip is 6, and it hits at 0.5. A quarterstaff, base damage is 10 at 0.6. I don't know. I think I'll just stick with my whip and Buckler. Okay, then let's get back to depths. Here we are, 15 minutes into the episode, and we've killed about 5 monsters in the depths, which is where we started the episode. I really do not appreciate this gigantic slime creature. I mean, where gigantic is not like a description slime creatures get, but it is gigantic all the same. So something to think about is what dragon armor do we want? And I just looked at my stats, and the answer is obviously fire, right? If I'm gonna, oh, this is a lot of dudes. If I'm gonna craft any dragon armor, it's gonna be fire, I think. Our resists are perfect for it. But it would mean giving up this +9 ring mail with strength +6 and the invisibility. So we're going to need to do some preparations before we are ready for that switch. Let's make sure I have regen up. Like, all these Hell Knights are... No, you will not be summoning Tengu Warriors. Hell Knights do a lot of damage. They have Bolt of Fire, you know? And Haste. We're the Slayer! Level 21 fighting makes us the Slayer. Very good. Can I eat some junks here? I am starving. Oh, boggarts. You gotta deal with them quick, and if you do, they're not much of an issue usually. But if you don't, they get out of hand with all those summons. Are we training the right stuff? We're training fighting, and that's it. That doesn't seem right. I mean, fighting is good, don't get me wrong. But it costs a lot more than all the other stuff we could be training. Let's get back into conjurations. Along with earth magic, seems fair, right? I mean, seems good to me. What about like the Saint Roca business? There is like an orc, Start of the Sea convention. It's like a convention up here. Let's keep an eye on all this stuff. Yeah, right here is a great place to stand, actually. Because if they come around the corner, they have like an unpleasant time. They would have to move to let more guys get a handle on me, as that guy just did. But then I just killed him, right? So, whoops, don't come up there. Oh my god. Alright, there's an orc sorcerer here, evidently. Any other orc sorcerers who want to like mess with me? Alright, there goes the boggart. We lost our astral sight, which I don't like very much. But I also don't really want to spend the 4 MP right now. I think we can just step back. Ugh. Yeah, see you later, boggart. I was hoping to get away with just spending 3 MP on him. But I guess a stone arrow isn't enough to kill him. So we had to use a second one, which is sort of the same as having used an iron shot to begin with, except it wasted 1 extra turn. Oh well. Saint Roca, total pushover apparently. Ugh, stop! I need to stop stepping forward with tab. There's a button for like press tab, but don't step forward towards enemies, and I need to use it. I'm just gonna walk away from this ice dragon. We're a bit low on health and a low on MP, and so I would like to just rest. The ice dragon breathed cold on us and it killed the orc warrior. You guys probably saw that, but just in case, that's what I laughed at. All right, there we go. Enchant armor 1. So I would like to upgrade to fire dragon armor, but there's no rush. Like, we're getting good bonuses from what we have. Ooh, memorize apportation, please. Yes. Memorize. Nothing else. All right. Am I using P? Pass wall, yeah. I like to put apportation on P or A, and those are both taken right now. let's equals SP to capital P equals S apportation to lowercase p. There. That's all sort of an escape. Makes sense for it to be on a capital letter. Yeah, that is not a real fire dragon. You can't trick me. Alright, we should be able to finish up at least depths 1 pretty soon. How much of this is real? Yeah! QW! That's a bot. So, okay, he's playing in this tournament apparently. Makes sense. Gargoyle Berserker. Sounds like QW to me. Are Gargoyle Ghosts LRDable? Probably not, I would think, right? No. Okay. Okay, but this is like a ton of enemies right now. It is not a good place to be. I don't think we can deal enough damage to kill QW. Especially since he probably died Berserk. So he should be like immensely high on HP and damage and like, wow. And we basically can't hurt him. He just has too much armor. So, I mean, I'm sure Iron Shot would do a little, but even if we emptied 5 Iron Shots into him and they all hit, I don't think it would do any substantial chunk of his damage, his health. So, we don't want to mess with him. What do we do instead? Teleport? Just walk to the stairs? I'd kind of like to park him somewhere non-dangerous, but he'll just keep wandering anyway, so it's not that much help. Have we found Abyss yet? It was over here, right? Yeah. So we could head to Abyss soon. Oh my god, I didn't notice. I need a force more on this immediately. Oh my god, please don't. Alright, thank you. Let's go edit those options right now. Paste. This looks enough like Emacs, and enough of the Emacs key bindings work that I try to use them, and like a lot of them don't work. And I end up just doing crazy stuff. But they usually don't do anything bad. Alright. So, that happened. The Lich appears to have petrified us. And we are surrounded by enemies now. So I think we blink here. And then probably teleport. Yeah, let's just go. Okay. And let's put a note here. We're to be afraid of QW. All right, so depths, I mean, like I said, there's some scary stuff in depths, and that is just true for almost every character, but also especially for us because, ooh, enchant armor, huh? Because we're here so early, or comparatively early. Like, I mean, it's not outrageous, but it's early. Kill the shaman. Yep, down he goes. And like a Lich by himself, there's that force more. A Lich by himself, I'm not too concerned about. Maybe I should have been. The Crystal Spear did a substantial amount of damage. But I think that like while we're petrified, the armor bonus will be, yeah, seem like no big deal. Yeah, and let's Iron Shot all this up. Slowing down again worries me a little bit. Can we kill him? We did kill him. So now it's just the Tengu Warrior, who I don't think can do much to me while I'm corroded. But you know what? Just in case, let's get Sack of Spiders going. Yeah, they almost killed him, and he left us alone. Good work, Spiders. Yeah, I don't think we're going to get... Well, I don't know. We could maybe do depths 2 in this video, but we're not going any deeper than that, I don't think. It's slow going in here for sure. Sphinx, another paralyzer. I have been killed by that before. Apparently they can slow you as well. What's the range like on Pass Wall these days? Further than it was before. Does Pass Wall keep going while I'm paralyzing? I don't know. Apparently not. While I'm paralyzed, I should say. All right, so I can go that far. That's good to know. The Sphinx got several hits on us while we were thinking about that, but we got well out of there before the paralysis really kicked in, and he was able. Oops. I cast Iron Shot. I meant to cast Iron Shot, and I instead cast Stone Arrow. So, oh well. All right, let's just head back up through here, away from QW. I've mentioned on previous episodes that the bots for this game traditionally have 2 character names ending in W. So if you see such a name, it's usually a bot, and if you don't see such a name, it's usually not a bot. So I think what we'll do is we'll just go in for the Abyssal Rune here. Shouldn't be too hard as an Ash Worshipper, especially with Apportation and Regen. And we can maybe pick up some goodies on the way. Also, Pass Wall, like, pretty good in Abyss. Vision of a Gate. I don't want a gate. Gates are for wimps. I want runes. Nice, one-shot him. Plus 10 dagger of the final decision. Yeah, no thanks. Anti-magic, I mean, it's pretty good, I guess, but still no exits, or no stairs. Rot, I guess, is the main thing that I'm going to have to consider while I'm down here, since there's not a lot to eat. Is this... Alright, whatever, can't go that way. Let's eat some meat. I forgot that even if you're not eating chunks, it still helps reduce the amount of rot. Oh, Ancient Times, of course, don't make me sick because I'm a ghoul. Makes sense. Anyway, it still helps the rot if you, because the hungrier you are, the more quickly you rot. So only eating chunks will reverse the rot, but you can slow it down by eating like anything. There's a stair. All right, the rune can be found at this depth. So I checked at some point, by the way, how... where's the stairs down? Over there? All right. How the other guy who's ahead of us is doing. And he's accumulating runes more quickly than we are, to nobody's surprise. What is all this about? Huh. Something interesting down there. So that angel is a problem, of course, with of Holy Wrath. Miscast Iron Shot. Well, wonders never cease. Ow. Actually, that barely hurts at all. I take it back. It hurts quite a bit. Sometimes? I don't know. Maybe it was the smiting that hurt. I mean, the Holy Wrath hurts, but it's a multiplicative thing, and we have a lot of armor, so... Alright, this is a problem. Let's... We could do another Iron Shot, I suppose. Alright, that solved the problem. But we're now quite low on health. I want to check out what this is all about. It really doesn't look like a rune vault, but it could be, I guess. I think it's not. The rest of the loot there is just not worth chasing. I could rest here, but that's silly. I could teleport away anytime. So I don't want to go downstairs again. Abyss 5 is bad news for all characters. I have never been happy with the decision to go to Abyss 5. I've done it before, and I've always regretted it every time, so I'm not doing it this time. Abyss 4, as an Ash Worshipper, we should be able to find the rune pretty quick. Like, this could be it, right? Yep. Spatial Vortices and a Maelstrom? That's not bad at all. Can I see invisible? Does it matter? The Vortex, like, doesn't even matter because it looks like they can't. So I'm going to go invisible here. Open the door. Snag the rune. Close the door. There's no need to teleport. Let's just grab the rune and go. Whoa. I meant to type a note, but I accidentally hit a different key. And so my characters were... Ooh, I see is that an exit? No. Over there? Well, I'll head in that direction, having no better ideas of my own. Yeah, this is why Ash is just so good in Abyss. Like, we were able to just go downstairs whenever we felt like it, and we're like, oh, what's this? Is it the rune vault? Yeah, it's the rune vault. And we're like, where's the exit? Oh, I see it, all the way on the other side of the map. Let's go. Yes. Great, so we picked up a second rune, and it was super easy to do Abyss. I think we're going to keep going on depths for a while before we go get our third rune. But we can do that in the next episode. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.